Could you imagine finally having resolution to your digestion and autoimmune issues in 6 weeks? That's the story here. So I love sharing the stories because oftentimes when I share these stories, I get messages from women going, "That's me. I didn't even realize that was going on." Okay, so I was working with Rachel and she had autoimmune flare ups every few months. She had a bunch of labs that she had been constantly having over years and years. And you and I both know how much labs cost. And she had tried elimination diets, supplements. She did a full mold detox for months. And she felt crazy, hopeless, and obsessive about symptoms. When I delved in deeper, because what I look at is the brain patterns under the emotions, under the digestion, under the detoxing, all of that, what's going on in the environment of the home, what's going on with the brain patterns, and how you're processing day to day life. Because if that doesn't change, nothing changes. You can't out supplement things like that. Okay, so when I got into that, she said her husband is emotionally dismissive. And side note, I don't offer therapy. I'm looking at brain patterns of what's going on in the home within the woman, and then also sometimes, very often, actually, the man as well, and working with couples. She said, I don't feel safe being emotional. And her pattern was nervous system suppressing emotional truth. When we got into what she wanted from him, she said, I want him to stay present with me when I'm talking about my emotions. I don't like that he dismisses them. I want him to take, and here's a key word, accountability, and show her that her feelings would not be treated like a problem. So essentially, when I was in there talking with her, and I'd say, what happens? We got into this right away. Again, what I'm doing is not therapy, but I find the physical, emotional, and psychosomatic data points and the brain patterns really quickly. So when we got into it, every time that she was upset, and for women, we have a 28-day hormone cycle. So we are this ebb and flow of emotion, which is our skill set. And I teach men this with tools that make them finally understand their woman. So the woman doesn't have to constantly be teaching him. But anyway, so here she was, and she's in her ebb and flow of her emotions. And his response was, "You're just being emotional. Maybe it's your time of the month, rah, 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 rah." And so she wanted for him to be able to understand her. What I equipped them with was very different tools, but they both got to see each other's tools. And when that happens, she's able to see how his brain processes and why, when he walks in a room, he legitimately does not notice the clutter or mess. And he's able to see why, when she walks in a room, that's all she notices first and doesn't want to be touched or talk until that's fixed. So, anyway, if you'd like to know more about the tools that helped her achieve all of these goals so fast, comment hungry and I'll send them to you, and also see below.